Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, One last time, let's chant together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now gently open your eyes. Yes.
Okay. So we are really very fortunate to have His Grace Charu Krsnacharan Prabhu today with us to enlighten us, everybody, on the topic exploring the inner self, as you all know. So let me just introduce him to everybody, just to know the speaker, right? He is currently serving as a full-time spiritual counselor in ISKCON. He has done his Bachelor of Engineering in Aeronautics from VTU. Then he's also pursuing currently Bhakti Shastri degree from Mayapur Institute of Higher Education, where he's going to in-depth study about all the Vedic literatures, Vedic scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, Nectar of Instruction, Shri Ishopanishad, Nectar of Devotion, etc. Also, during his bachelor's, he was recruited by one of the very reputed companies for his excellent entrepreneurial skills as well as excellent orator skills, right? But understanding the need of present age youth and the spiritual need basically, which is very much required in this age. So he decided to dedicate his life and full-time serve as a spiritual counselor, and is guiding currently many students and many youth, right, in their spiritual life. Currently in this session, in this festival also, as well as some other many other youth as well. So we're really fortunate to have him here, share his views on this particular topic based on the Bhagavad Gita. Also, apart from this, I would like to tell about my own experience with Charu Krsnacharan Prabhu. Like, I'm really inspired by his example, where he's selflessly serving and sacrificing his own comfort and selflessly, to benefit others. Right? Sleepless nights, waking up early and sleeping late, just to benefit others, the youth especially. So it's a very great example he's setting, and I'm really personally inspired by his example. So it's a very great fortune for all of us. So let's welcome His Grace Charu Krsnacharan Prabhu by loudly chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra one time. Okay, so let's all chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you, Charu.
Thank you, Pranjit, for your warm welcome. So let's start today's Festival of Enlightenment with the auspicious prayers. So you can repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले
कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले
श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त
श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त
स्वामिन्निति नामिने
स्वामिनिधि नामिने
नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे
नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे
गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे
गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे
निर्विशेष शून्यवादी
निर्विशेष शून्यवादी
पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे
पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
प्रभो नित्यानंद
प्रभु नित्यानंद
श्री अद्वैत गदाधर
श्री अद्वैत गदाधर
श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद
श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द
हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण
हरे कृष्ण
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
हरे राम
हरे राम
राम राम हरे हरे
राम राम हरे हरे
वाचालं भङ्गुं लङ्घयते यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं Hare Krishna. So we're reading from the wonderful book Bhagavad Gita, the divine song of God. So the word says Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavan is the Lord. And Gita means song sung by God. So that is then how it's named, got the name Bhagavad Gita. So this is the life manual for all the human beings. And past from few months we're reading this. And we can see many new people coming up every week. But today I'm a little scared. I can see many old faces who are very sincere. So I have never been addressing so many people, youth especially, these many. So I have addressed many college students in MBJ college, CMRT, many students, and a few of corporate professionals as well. But first time I am addressing so many people, very serious and interested, who want to learn something today. I am just a little scared that I may not be able to do justice for what you came here. So I'll try my best to satisfy you all and to give you something which you want to advance in your life as spiritual. So let's go forward. So he's Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, because of whom we are able to read Bhagavad Gita today sitting over here. If you know about him, at the age of 70, ripe old age, when everyone take retirement, sit at home, play with the grandchildren. At that point of time, he left Vrindavan and gone around the world for 14 times and distributed this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, which was only in the borders of India. This personality, this great personality, took this Bhagavad Gita in English language all over the world. And there are people known as hippies who left their homes and doing all the nonsensical activities on the roads itself. Those personalities have been changed by this wonderful book given by this wonderful personality. So today's great presentation will be dedicated to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So we are having the topic called Exploring the Inner Self. So what is this? So to understand this, I just will ask you a small question. So let's say I gave you some Lakshmi or money to all of you, or some of you, let's take. I gave you 10 lakh rupees to you and I ask you to keep it with you for some time. I'll go out and come back. After some time or some days, I'll come back and I ask you, where is my money? You'll give me back. So at that time, will you feel bad? Definitely not, because it's not yours. So let's say you got a lottery ticket of same 10 lakh rupees and you were very happy for that. And one fine day, without your notice, it was stolen. Now how do you feel? So there is a difference. Why is so happening? So can anyone tell what is the reason? Why if you feel bad after getting a lottery ticket?
Attachment.
Yes, attachment. Because of attachment. Because before it was my money, not yours, right? I may be asking, Sadhu, just give me my back. Then you will not feel anything. But you won your lottery ticket 10 lakh rupees and it was stolen, then you definitely will feel bad. And what is the reason? Attachment. Very, very important topic. So just keep this in your mind. We'll go further and see what is this attachment. Now my question, what is this attachment? Or another question, is attachment wrong?
Not always. Not always.
Yes, not always. Let's give an example. Most of you are working. Your project manager will give you a project and tell you let's do complete this project in 1 or 2 months. And you'll tell no, I don't want to do. Why? I'm detached. Is it possible? No, it cannot be. So without attachment, we cannot progress also in our life. We cannot be prosperous as well. So where is the problem? So a problem is attachment to the temporary things. So Bhagavad Gita tells this. In the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna, the situation comes when Arjuna asks Krishna to get the Ratha in between the two armies. On one side Pandavas and the other side Kauravas. And between the Ratha is there. At that time Arjuna was questioning to Krishna, Krishna, it's not proper. It's not proper to kill my family friends. Before you don't know what? Before you don't know. He knows. But now why is he asking? Why is that attachment came into picture? So at this point of time, Bhagavad Gita tells us 2 things. How to deal with the temporary things and how to live on a platform of permanence. This comes in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. We'll go little detail. So is attachment wrong? Definitely not. Is it so? Someone told, not all the situations. So where we have to understand what is temporary and permanent. If you are attached to temporary things, then there is a distress. So what is this attachment? So to understand this, let's do a chain activity to understand the elaborate thing. So I request everyone to please raise your hands. Please point towards your left leg. Everyone. Left leg. Pointed? Okay. So point towards your left hand. Done? Point towards your right thigh. Done? Now point towards your body. Now point towards yourself. अरे क्या हो गया? When I told you to point towards your body, you told the same thing. And point towards yourself, you're doing the same thing. What's this? So let's say my laptop is there. So when I tell this is my laptop, what does it mean? This is my laptop. I am not the laptop. Got the point? So when I tell I'm my body, I'm not the body. I'm something else. So what is that? Let's see. When let's through logical and common sense. When a person dies, what do we say in English? How do we term it? In expired, he will say passed away in English. He left his body, passed away, is not alive. Kannada will call Sattodru. And Hindi also say Mar Gaya. Telugu we call Chachipoyaru. Mar Gaya. Passed away. Who passed away? The person is lying there. Isn't it so? In our family also you can see, if any relative dies, their relatives will cry a lot. Oh, my husband, my wife left me alone. Where did he live? He's there only, no? Then who left? Yes. It's very common sense to understand. So it's not, it's something inside the body, and that is spirit soul. When I pointed yourself, your body, it's this. Yourself, you point the same thing. But that something is there within the body, that's why you're pointing out. Yes or no? So that is spirit soul within inside the body. Let's go a little deep to understand this topic. So let's say many people give organ donations, isn't it? Many people will write, after my death, I donate my eye, my kidney, so and so. Yes or no? So there is a little this thing here. When a person is donating organs, what does it mean? Organs are working. Yes or no? If organs don't work, why would they take? Question mark? Yes or no? If organs are working, they will be taking. Then why the body is not working at the time? Yes or no? Organs are proper. Then why the body is not working? Very logical, right? Something is missing. What is this something? That Bhagavad Gita gives. Very scientific and practical. and that is spirit soul within the body. So you all can come front. People sitting. So that's why I love Bhagavad Gita very much. It's very practical, very scientific. The only thing is we have to study it, not read also. We have to study scientifically and scrutinizingly. If you can study that, easily you can understand, and everyone, I assure you that everyone will fall in love with Bhagavad Gita after reading this. So let's take one sloka from Bhagavad Gita and scrutinizingly read one sloka itself for the whole session and see what it is. So I'll chant, you can repeat after me. Dehinosmin yata dehe Kaumaram yavvanam jara Tata dehantara praptir Deras tatra muhyati. Someone can read the translation?
As the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered by such a change.
Yes. How many of you attended our Janmashtami festival? Here? Most of you. Have seen any cutouts there inside the stalls? We have placed few pictures. Childhood, age. So that is the description given here. A soul passes from childhood to youth and finally at death it passes to another body. So let's see in a practical way. So let's play another game. So everyone can name this personality. So who's the first person? Next. 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 Oprah Winfrey. Next. Queen Elizabeth. Okay? So to understand this topic a little more deeper, let's play another game. So kaun banega crorepati. So by the way, I'm not doing any course here. Just again. So I'll just show the childhood photos of the people. You just have to find them. Only in those 9 personalities which I show. By the way, I don't show my personal features. Okay? So let's see. Who's this person? Guess. Sorry? Steve Jobs. ठीक है? Hey, इतना टेंशन क्यों? Albert Einstein. Okay. No. It's the same picture. It's the same person. Same person. The whole name. Einstein. Okay. Let's see another. Who is this personality? Second line. Elizabeth. Okay. Let's see another person. This is quite easy. Federer. Okay. Let's check another set. Correct. It's Albert Einstein. Next. Someone told? Is it so? Mother Teresa? Elizabeth? Paka? So let's see. Yes, Queen Elizabeth. Next picture, what is answer to? Roger Federer. It's quite easy. It's Roger Federer. Let's see another set. So please observe this properly. On this we'll discuss future further. Nelson Mandela, okay. Next. Mother Teresa, and next. Barack Obama. Now I feel everyone will be right. So let's see the answers. Yes, Nelson Mandela. Next. Mother Teresa. Barack Obama. So if we observe properly here, so we can understand one thing. So why is it taking so much time for us to tell the same person? The whole picture is the same. If you take first line or the before pictures also, it took some time, isn't it so? Definitely if you take your pictures also from childhood, it will be quite difficult for us to find out the person who is he. Isn't it so? So why is it so?
Change in the physical body.
Yes, change in the physical body. And that is what described in the verse we have seen here. Dehinosmin yata dehe. So there is a change in the body, but the identity is the same. Logically speaking, our body is changing. Then our name also should be changed. Isn't it so? When I call myself, who are you? You tell your name. Yes or no? Means you are giving your name to your body. So logically speaking, when our body changes, our name also should be changed. But it is not so happening because the identity is given not to the body but the spirit soul which is inside the body. And that is what is the sloka is telling. Soul moves from youth to childhood and so on, and at their death, another body. Yes or no? Another body, the soul passes. At that time, you will get another name. You are Michael. In other body, you will get Sanjay. So the same will be going on. So from this, we have practically understand from Bhagavad Gita, the identity of us is not this body, but the spirit soul within inside the body. Got the point? Okay? So there are two aspects in this. So the four portions. Let's take one of the portion in the sloka. Dehi nosmin yata dehe. So there are two terms given in this sloka. So what are those? Dehi and deha. So what is this dehi? So dehi means which is inside the body or which is possessing this body. That is spirit soul. And deha means the body which we can see externally. So for this soul there are two coverings. First is subtle body, which we cannot see. Subtleness represents which we cannot see. And the next is gross body. That is which we can see all this, which we can see. That is called gross body. So what is subtle and gross body consists of? So let's see this sloka, another sloka from Bhagavad Gita 7th chapter. You can repeat after me. Bhumirapo analo vayu kammano buddhirevacha ahankara iti yamme Vinna prakritirashtada. Someone can read the translation?
Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. Altogether, these 8 constitute my separated material energies.
Yes, Krishna is telling all these Panchabhuta. What are those? Earth, water, fire, air, ether, all these 5 Pancha Mahabhuta. You heard about this? From our childhood also we are hearing this Pancha Mahabhuta. So the gross body which we are seeing, it is made up of these 5 Pancha Mahabhutas. And subtle body which we spoke. So subtle body consists of these 3 things. What are those? Mind, intelligence, and false ego, which we cannot see. Yes or no? But we can perceive those. Yes or no? So this is called subtle body and a gross body. And soul will be covered by these 2 coverings. Subtle and gross. So what does gross body consist of? Earth, water, fire, air, ether, which we discussed. And next subtle body, mind, intelligence, and false ego. So there are 2 coats given. So outer coat you can see nicely. And another coat which is waist coat, which is inside, which we cannot see. So similarly, the subtle body is something like this, waist coat, which we cannot see. But it is within present. And outside coat, the bigger coat which you see, that is like gross body which we can see. So this so practical Bhagavad Gita is telling us 2 bodies. We have never ever studied in our childhood. We studied at external body, but subtle body we had never, in our childhood at least. But Bhagavad Gita speaks about this. Yes or no? How deep Bhagavad Gita is. Yes or no? So that's why everyone has tried to read Bhagavad Gita at least 1 sloka a day. So for this we are giving an opportunity which we will discuss in the last. So what does this mind do? Intelligence do? Or false ego does? So mind works on the principles of likes and dislike. That's why we have given the option in your Facebook if I see like, dislike. Yes or no? So we like something and we don't like something. So mind works on this principle, likes and dislikes. A person, you like something, the other person don't like it. Yes or no? So this is working on the principle. This mind works on the principle of likes and dislikes. Another thing is intelligence. Intelligence works on the principle of telling right or wrong. So this is right thing and this is the wrong thing. So to understand this, let's take an example. So let's say any diabetic patient is there, diabetic patient, and he goes for a marriage function. And he can see the whole row of dishes are there, from start to the end. So he will directly go to the last. So at the last sweets will be there. So what happens, he will take the plate and he wants to take gulab jamun. 1, he will keep. 2, he is about to keep. Suddenly something comes in the mind. No, doctor said you shouldn't eat sweets or else you will die. You cannot eat this. But the person says, no, let's take it. 1 take it, chalega. We will take only. Another egg. So this process goes on. So mind is telling, no, you like it? Take gulab jamun, take sweet. But intelligence is telling, no, doctor told this. Please don't take it, or else you'll be suffering. Got the point? So this is how intelligence works, right or wrong. And mind works on the principles of likes and dislikes. So how to make the intelligence stronger? That is by reading scriptures, especially Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita tells us what is right to be done and what is wrong to not to be done. Like a doctor, how we got it. So similarly, when we read scriptures scrutinizingly, then we can understand things what to be done and what not to be done. Then our mind will be controlled. If you are liking, your mind is stupid mind, you are liking this. But intelligence, scripture says you shouldn't do, so you should not do. That is how one of the technique to control our mind. Even many doctors says that 90% of the problems in the world comes only because of mind. Nothing else. One small example which I have experienced. So one of your students, he was not here present now. So he was in hometown. So I was discussing with him, Prabhuji, I got small trouble. And he was discussing, not much, but he told, Prabhuji, this biggest problem which I am suffering, no one should get this problem. No one. So I asked him, what is the big problem you are suffering? I don't have a job. He said, no. The small thing is magnifying so much. So this is the principle of mind. Small things also magnify so much and will give you so much trouble in front of you. But if intelligence is stronger, then we can control the mind. Even if the problem is very big, you can just take it out just like this. So we have to make intelligence stronger. So what is this false ego? False ego convinces us that you are this body itself. But actually what we thought till now, we are not body, but we are spirit soul. But false ego tells us, no. Hey, faltu bol rahe hain. You are body only, you are not soul. So this is how false ego works. So let's go deeper. So this is another sloka given by Krishna in 7th chapter, 4th verse which we read. This is the 5th verse. Apareyam idasvanyam prakritim vidhi me param jiva bhuta mahabaho yayedam daryate jagat. Translation?
Besides these, O mighty armed Arjuna, there is another superior energy of mind which comprises the living entities who are exploiting the resources of this material inferior nature.
Yes. So previous sloka was telling all these 8 elements, 5 Panchabhuta and subtle body, mind, intelligence, false ego. So today Krishna is telling these are my separated material energies. And Krishna is telling there is another superior energy which is spiritual, which is spoiling all these another 8 energies. So what is the superior energy? And that is spirit soul. So Krishna revealed it here, but I am a spoiler, I revealed it before itself. So how to understand this? Little bit deeper. So there is a one nice picture of this thing given in the scriptures to understand this. Rath example. Everyone might have seen a Mahabharata serial. You have seen many Raths like this. So let's go deep. So this Rath is saying there are 5 horses. So these 5 horses represent 5 senses. You can see the pictures depicting that. And the ropes which are there. So it's a mind. And the person who is driving this chariot is the intelligence. And the person sitting behind is the spirit soul. So this is how the description of the whole body is given in the scriptures, one of the Upanishads. So let's ask a question. So if at all the horses were left free from the hands of the driver, what happens? Chaos. Isn't it so? So, means generally is depicting that if we leave our senses just like that, our life also will be chaos, full of difficulties. Then what to do? So let's all the horses were left. Who will be in the problem, let's say? Who will be in the problem in this picture? Sorry? Louder, please. Driver will be in the problem? The soul who is sitting behind the problem, there in the chariot. He wants to reach a destination, some point. But because of forces going here and there, he cannot reach the destination. Yes or no? So finally the problem will be for the soul. So similarly, all our bodies like this, all our senses, if we just leave our senses just like that, do whatever sense gratification we do, what happens? As a spirit soul, our life will be like this. We cannot reach the destination of spiritual enlightenment. Yes or no? Then how to control these senses? Another question. So who is controlling the senses in this? What is the mind dictating? The ropes. So who is catching the ropes? The intelligence. And who is sitting behind? Soul. The final point, we have to control the senses. So to control the senses, we have to control the mind. So to control the mind, we have to control the intelligence. So when the intelligence is controlled, the soul which is sitting in the chariot, he can reach the destination. And then our life will be successful. Got the point? So this is how deep and scientific the Bhagavad Gita are all Vedic scriptures of Sanatana Dharma, basically. So we should be very proud of having such a wonderful knowledge from our Vedic scriptures. The only problem is we are not able to take it. Even if we have interest also, we don't have the platform, isn't it so? Somehow our volunteers came in touch with you. This Festival of Enlightenment, please come to our sessions. So somehow you got it now. Else there is no bona fide platform to learn all this stuff, isn't it so? So that should be very, very careful and should be very thankful to Lord Krishna and especially Srila Prabhupada who has given this wonderful knowledge to us, giving Bhagavad Gita as it is. So another sloka which describes very nicely. Same sloka in a pictorial way will show you. So this is the gross body which we have, which we see. And inside this another subtle body. So what does subtle body consist of? Also go. What does God's gross body consist of? Earth, water, fire, air, ether. So now another soul is inside the body. So let's take note. What happens at the time of death? What happens at the time of death? The soul is there, the gross body is finished. And next, the subtle body and the soul will take another new gross body. Got the point? So when we die, the gross body is staying there. And we are crying out the person. Oh, my friend died, so and so. The person is staying there. So what is staying there? The gross body. And the subtle body with the soul, you will get another gross body. Got the point? And this carries the memories which we have in the previous life. So let's take another case scientific study. It's called Mystery of Reincarnation, Avatar. So there is a doctor named Ian Stevenson. So he did more than 3,000 reincarnation cases. And he was a professor of psychiatry in the University of Virginia. And he passed away in 2007. So till his death, he has completed more than 300 reincarnation cases. So one of those which we'll discuss. So there is a person called Deep Kapadia. So this is a person, reincarnation case. So he himself described his story in one of our conversations like this in ISKCON. So the session is going on, just like I'm giving this reincarnation case. The person stood up and he gave his own case, this is what happening with me. So what happened to this Deep Kapadia? So Deep Kapadia, he was in Mumbai, in a place called Borivali. So he was at 3.5 years old child at that point of time. He was staying in Mumbai with his parents. And he don't know how to speak properly also at that point of time. So one day what happened, he started immediately speaking in Marwadi language to their parents' astonishment. And he's telling their parents also, you are not my parents, you are not my real parents. This to a parent. Who is he? This 3-year-old boy. And he's speaking Marwadi. And the parents were taking a lot of tension. What happened to this? Some ghost haunted or what? So all these things they are thinking. Finally, they came to the team of Ian Stevenson. So they started the research. Is it point really or something mysterious? So without the notice of the boy, so all the team of Ian Stevenson, all the doctors, planned something. So they took the boy, so told the boy, let's go for a picnic. And they got into the train. And this going. So what they are going actually to the Udaipur, where actually the person belongs to Rajasthan. So there is a fort, Udaipur fort. So this person, this Deep Kapadia, he was a watchman at that in his previous life. And he's telling all his parents, I belong to Rajasthan, Udaipur, I don't belong here. So without telling this child, all the doctors team taking this child to in a train, and Udaipur is next station about to come, and to the astonishment of all the doctors, he told next station is Udaipur, and everyone shocked. How is it possible? Then everyone get down, got down in the train station, and this 3 years old small boy is leading the whole doctor team, and there will be some horse cart drivers. He's hanging his own, telling hi to everyone. Hi, buddy, how are you? In the Marawali language. And he's tried going. They reached a house, and they knocked the door, and a person opened the door. He's 35-year-old person. And this small child, immediately after seeing that person, he immediately hugged him. Oh, my son, how are you? And this person shocked, and everyone shocked. And this person, oh, why this boy is telling something? Who are all these people? They might have come to take my property, which I heard he said. And the voice telling, you're my father. And the doctors also told the same thing. He's your son, what to do? And he told, so there are few secrets which only me and my father know. So he told, you see, if you're really my father, so there is a rifle which my father used as a watchman. So can you tell me where it is? And this person, without asking anyone, he just got on to the first floor of his home, and there's a huge photo. He asked them to remove that photo, and behind there is a birwa, or a cupboard, what we say. So after opening a birwa, that cupboard, there is a huge rifle there. And like this, many things happened, many things. He showed many things. And there are few secrets which only this watchman know in the Udaipur palace, that fort. And he went there, he showed all the things. And this person, this small baby, started kerosene fan also. So nowadays we can see children having fun in the switching on, off on the switches. This person, this child started kerosene fan. How is it possible? So that started prove that reincarnation case happened. And this person is telling himself. And not only this has been proved, many books also tells, more than 100 books were written on this system of reincarnation. You can check it out in the Google Maps, Google whatever, you can search it out. Another thing, this is called phobia. How many of you don't have any phobia here? At least I have. I have phobia of heights. If I go height, I'll feel like this. So like this, where this phobia is coming from? From the previous life. Got the point? So some of us don't want to be in the water, and some don't want to drive at all. So let's take a person died in a car accident or a bus accident, and he remembered in the past life that was it happened. He will never ever dare to get into a car or bus. Isn't it so? So like this we have various memories. So as we discussed in the previous thing, the subtle body and the soul will be transferred to another body. So this, in the subtle body, what are the present? Mind, intelligence and false ego. So you may have a question. This person got all his past life remembered. Then why am I not able to remember? Question mark, right? I also should remember. But why I am not able to remember? We may not be able to remember all things, but still there are few instances which we can remember. So some things like phobia, all these stuffs. And some like someone has likes and dislikes. Some don't like any fruits at all. One of my relatives is there. He eats everything, rice, dal, everything, but he never ever eats fruits. So some people are like this. So all these memories are coming from past life. And this person is telling, the Deep Kapadia, the same question was asked to him. So how is your life now? It's completely trauma. You cannot be with your parents also, real parents who are like, and remember all the parents. And someone killed you. In this life, what you do if you remember that person? You will search out to him to kill him also. Yes or no? That is what happened. So it is very, very difficult to remember whole life. But still there will be few aspects which we can remember. Sometimes we see something in the dreams, the places which we had never ever been. Those places will be coming in our mind. So all this coming from the memories of the past life. So we should be very happy not to remember of the whole life what happened. Or else it will be trauma like this person. This is what happens. So phobia. Another experiment was done. So it is called a near-death experience. So there is one case study, many cases study there. We'll just go one case study. So in this, what happened near-death experience means, Any doctors here? Any doctors? Medical students?
Medical student.
Yes. You might have heard about this clinically dead state. Yes, so when a high dose of anesthesia was given to a person, so CG is this, what is the system called? ECG, yeah. So it also don't show fully, only drops it shows.
Like for brain coma, we use EEG.
EEG, yeah. So whatever terminologies used, I'm not much. So,
Brain for brain.
generally for brain. So at that point of time, what happens? This ECG also will be showing little. Means almost a person is dead. Almost a person. So at that point of time, a person feels that he's coming out of the body and able to see what's happening around. So there's one case study. So I just play this video.
In Germany, Christina's doctors are also losing their battle. Her heart will not restart. She has just minutes before her brain too shuts down.
Ist so ein Defibrillationsschock
We were trying to jumpstart her heart with a defibrillator.
zum Schlagen zu bringen. Gleichzeitig
I gave her several drugs.
mehrere Medikamente. Die Patientin hatte zu viel
The
Blut.
patient had lost too much blood. Her organs weren't getting enough.
Kein Mensch und ich am wenigsten.
We really didn't think we could save her.
Hätte sein können.
Because Christina's heart has stopped pumping, many would consider her dead. Yet something seems to be happening with her mind.
Das nächste, was ich wieder weiß, ist, ja, dass ich wohl unter der
Next
Decke.
thing I know, I was hovering underneath the ceiling of the room.
Das auch auf
I could see down on myself laying on the operating table, and I saw the surgeons and heard them talking to each other. The scenario was pretty hectic. I realized that this was about life or death.
To help understand near-death experiences, some researchers focus on the content of these episodes.
A common element that occurs early in near-death experiences is what's called an out-of-body experience. At that time, the person seems to be able to see and hear things going on, but up from the vantage point above their body.
So this lady, she was met with an accident in some city, and later to treat her, she was transferred to another city. So in her city there is no proper hospital, so she was transferred to another city to check. So at that point of time, what happens? This anesthesia was given, high dose of anesthesia, and she was completely clinically dead. So after operation, after surgery, she came back to the consciousness, and then she was telling that in terrace there are night shoes, and just in between there is an oak tree, and the whole terrace is very dirty. Here people have to clean this. And another thing she told, while doing surgery, your doctor shouldn't speak about baseball. And doctors were shocked. How is it possible? You are on the bed. How is he able to see? Then she was telling, while the operation is going on, I felt that I came out of the body and seeing all this is what's happening. She's completely outside the body. So what are these case studies telling us? So we are different from this body. That we are not this body, but spirit, souls. And there are various case studies which you can check. So there will be not enough time to see all the case studies. So after going home, you can just search in Google and find it out. And it's very, very common sense and logical. Any intellectual can understand, even a small child can understand. If you are not able to understand, please take Bhagavad Gita, which we will put a stall over here. Take Bhagavad Gita, read the slokas, and go to the case studies. Just how we do in our college students. So we read theory and we do practical. Same thing you apply. Got the point? So another part of the same sloka, let's see. Dhīras tatra nāmuyati. A person, a sober person who knows this is not bewildered So what is the tip you are taking from this session? So we understood this body is temporary. At the time of death, it is gonna die. But the spirit soul which is there, it's always permanent. And it will just travel, just transfer this body from this body to another body. So what are we? With the spirit souls, which we are completely spiritual and permanent. And for this body, temporary body, we are doing so much. Yes or no? 3 times we eat, we go to gym, do yoga, we do makeup, various stuffs are doing. And what's happening at the time of death? Everything is vanquished. But the spirit soul, which is permanent, for spirit soul, what are we doing? Yes or no? So how to feed the spirit soul? And that is spiritual activities. In the last session we have seen. So there are 4 needs for a human being. What are those? Remember? Physical need, psychological, emotional, spiritual. So these are the 4 needs which everyone needs to get. So physical needs, the same which you are eating, food, whatever, that is physical need. Taking proper health, everything. So this is physical need. And emotional and psychological need means having some sense of achievement. Someone is praising you have done such a wonderful job. We have the sense of achievement, that's psychological need. And emotional need means having being loved and to love someone. And we all have these things in these 2 cases, subtle body and gross body. So when we talk about psychological need, what does it mean? Psychological or physical need? Physical means you are taking care of the bodies. So after understanding all this stuff, so I would like to make one statement which describes the whole session. That is, we are not human beings with spiritual experience, but we are spiritual beings with human experience. Got the point? If you can understand today this one point at least, there's really a lot of change in your life from this point of time. If you are taking it to your home. So what's the practicality we are going to discuss? So last session we discussed all this stuff. Psychological need, what are the needs? So just we'll make a chart or a map. So what does the physical need map to? It's a gross body, taking care of the body. Next, emotional psychological need, to which body it belongs? Subtle body. So subtle body consists of mind, intelligence, false ego. All these emotional things, psychological things relate to subtle body. And what comes to the spiritual need? Related to spirit soul. So how to feed this spirit soul? How to get nourishment for this? By practicing spirituality every single day. So what are those? Mantra meditation, which will start in another sometime. So chanting Hare Krishna mantra every day. Reading Bhagavad Gita. In fact, not reading, studying Bhagavad Gita scrutinizing. And associating it with the spiritualist. So you can see all the volunteers over here in the white dress. So most of them are working professionals, having very high package. So why are they coming out doing Sankirtan and giving you passes? So this is what is happening, please come. So why are they doing all this thing? So just to help you, everyone knows this physical need, psychological everything, but spiritual need is very much lacking. So just to help you, all these people are coming out. Yes or no? On the roads and distributing to this passes. Please attend these sessions. Get to know what is the spiritual need, how to satisfy the spiritual need. And these are the 3 most important things which to be done to enhance our spiritual life and be satisfied. Feed the spirit soul. So just like take a bird, this thing. There is a bird, then what you call the box chamber in which the bird is kept. Cage, yeah. So bird is there and a cage is there. And the whole life, what are we doing? We are cleaning the whole cage very nicely. We are putting the water, sanitizer, everything. And we are not giving even a single grain of food to the parrot or the bird inside. So is it intelligent? No. Yes or no? So that is what we are doing. So we are taking care of this body very nicely, but we are not feeding the soul within. So how can we be satisfied completely? Yes or no? We are spiritual beings within the temporary body. And we are trying to get the spiritual, that is permanent happiness within this body. How it is possible? Completely incompatible, yes or no? Isn't this logical? So from this session, we have to take this point, everyone. So now we understand what is spiritual need, how to satisfy the spiritual need, and doing all these things. Mantra meditation, studying Bhagavad Gita, and association with the spiritualist. So this mantra meditation, if you can do at least 10 minutes a day, it will be very nice. All this. So let's start today's mantra meditation. So next session will be the lost wealth, which will be a very, very important session, which how we'll understand how we lost the Vedic culture in India. Many people have heard, right? Our grandparents used to say, oh, we have all these Bhagavad Gita scriptures, all this stuff. Now everything is lost. Completely lost. How we lost it? And how to regain it back to our culture. That will be the next session, which will give my mentor, his Guru Karthikeya. So let's start mantra meditation for today. So you all can stand up for some time. You can stretch your legs, sitting for a long time. So our volunteers will give you water. You can wash your hands and take the beat. So once you're done, you can take your seats. So whoever has got the beats, please sit down. So meanwhile, we'll discuss this one thing. So there are many kinds of meditations, that is for sure, many kinds. We have came across few. So this is called mindful meditation, focused meditation, and the progressive relaxation, visualization meditation. Mindful meditation means just sitting at one place, just not thinking anything. Whatever thoughts are coming, just let it go. So this is called mindfulness meditation. And focused meditation means having one object. You think about that object all the time. This is called object meditation or focus meditation. And progressive relaxation is another kind of meditation. You might have seen in yoga institutions. After doing so many asanas, they will make you sleep and they will tell you relax. Relax this part, relax this part. Progressively, they make you relax all the time of course. So it's called progressive relaxation. And the next is visualization meditation. So this tells this general practice that you imagine something, a beautiful nature, whatever it is, and you meditate upon it. So like this is called visualization meditation. So like this, there are many or various kinds of meditation processes. But we are doing mantra meditation. How it is different, how mantra meditation is different from other kinds of meditation process. So all this meditation process will really help because it's given in the scriptures. It will really help. It will give you peace, whatever is required, it will give. But the thing is, this effect is temporary. We will feel little space now. And after going back to our normal work, again it will start. Whatever tension, whatever feeling, everything will start back. But mantra meditation will go deep into the blood. Let's say you have a disease in the blood cancer, whatever. So how do we cure it? We cure the blood itself. So similarly, this mantra meditation is something like that, which goes deep into our heart. So whatever nonsense memories which we have in the mind, yes or no? It will go and suppress all the nonsense impressions. And it will give you a permanent effect, which again it won't recome again in your past. So by the way, I just missed one point of the session. Do anyone have any questions from the session? So if any questions, you can discuss while having dinner also. I'll be here itself. And my mentor also will be coming. So he's taking session for level 2, your seniors. So he also will be coming. If you have any questions, we'll discuss in the dinner. So this is how mantra meditation works. So mantra, there are two words. Manas trayate iti mantra. So what does it mean? That which delivers the mind, which controls the mind. And that is called mantra. So that's why this mantra meditation goes very deep into the heart. And it is very scientific also. So science says if we engage 2 or more senses in one activity, your mind comes to control. And while we are doing mantra meditation, what are we doing? We are holding the beats and we'll be chanting the mantra. So while we chant, what does it happen? Our tongue is in the process and we are hearing, ears are in the process, and we are moving the hand also, touch in the process. So 3 senses are engaged. So automatically your mind has to get control. So that is how this mantra meditation is very scientific. And which mantra should chant? Another this question. So there are various mantras in the scriptures, various mantras. But every mantra which is given in the scripture has this constraint, Desha Kala Patra. So there is a particular place where you can chant these mantras, or time, or a person. You cannot chant any point of time, or anyone cannot chant this. So time, let's say there are 3 sandhyas, morning, afternoon and evening. So there are all these mantras which are given in the scriptures will be having these constraints. While chanting also you should be pure enough. You have to take bath, do so many things. Then only you can chant. And you cannot chant anywhere and anywhere. But this Maha Mantra which we are chanting, Hare Krishna Mantra, it can be chanted at any point of time. Anywhere. Even if you are in the washroom taking bath also you can chant. No worries. And anyone can chant at any point of time. So sometimes because of a lot of service, we sometimes skip our rounds. And it was late night also. We chant at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, like this. But other mantras you cannot chant like this. So this is the best benefit of Hare Krishna Mantra. Anyone can chant at any point of time, anywhere. So that is the opportunity we are getting. So where is this given? So this mantra is given. You can chant after me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Iti Shodashakam Namna,
Iti Shodashakam Namna,
Kali Kalmashanashanam,
Kali Kalmashanashanam,
Nataha Parataropayah,
Nataha Paratarvaya,
Sarva Vedeshu Drishyati.
Sarva Vedeshu Drishyate.
So there is a mantra coming from Kali Santarana Upanishad. So Lord Brahma is telling to Lord Naradev. So in this Kali Yuga, there is only one solution, that is chanting of Hare Krishna Mantra, this 16 syllable word, and nothing else. How is telling? After seeing all the Vedas, Sarva Vedeshu Drishyati, after looking at all the Vedas. So Brahma has 4 heads, and there are 4 Vedas. So he studied all the Vedas with the 4 heads, and finally gave this conclusion in Kali Santarana Upanishad, that this Hare Krishna Mantra is the only solution for the person in the age of Kali. So able to understand how fortunate we are, able to getting this chance to chant Hare Krishna Mantra. So let's start today's mantra meditation. So everyone can close your eyes, sit in a meditative posture, and repeat after me. So by the way, who are coming for the first time here? So I'll just show you how to hold the beads. So this is the bead. So this is called Krishna bead in the top thread. So we hold in this way and need not touch the ground. So index finger should be touched to the bead. We hold in this way and chant. So after chanting one mantra, we move a bead, one bead. After another mantra, another bead. Another mantra, another bead. It shouldn't be Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram. It shouldn't be done like this. One mantra, one bead. So this is how we do. Okay? So let's start. Close your eyes and repeat after me. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Prabhu Nityananda,
Prabhu Nityananda,
Shri Advaita Gadadhar,
Shri Advaita Gadadhar,
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda,
Srivas